We're going to continue with the semifinals. The other half of the bracket is, of course, Dappur versus Squishy. Lethamir says he's going to have an update on whether or not he can stay to play tonight in a minute or two. So yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as I can. I don't want to just take away the opportunity for Lethamir to play this grand finals because it is a lot of money. And he's done well to get there, beating JNaps and Garrett in 2 best-of-5s in Game 5 both times. Alright. The guy may hang out. Lethamir's saying that the guy, whoever that is, the admin, may hang out with him till it stays. Tell him I'll give them a shout out. Alright. So I'm telling Lethamir to tell whoever it is his guy is, like the admin, that if they stay with him until we see at the tournament, I'll give them a shout out, and all of you guys have to be really nice to them, okay? Yeah? Thank you. Only nice things. But anyway, we've got a very exciting matchup to look forward to. Squishy, who bodied Luchino, literally bodied Luchino in the quarterfinals. I've never seen anybody get bodied so hard in a 1 series. Not because of the scoreline, but just because of the manner in which Squishy was able to manhandle Luchino. He correctly identified Luchino's heavy reliance on boost, and he used that to his advantage. And I don't think that same weakness will be present for Dappur in this series. But Dappur has shown that he does tilt sometimes in important series. And these are 2 guys who know each other extremely well, so expect a close series here. Oh, starting off strong for Dappur, getting well inside Squishy's head. And notice Dappur was leaving the replay on there. He turns it off after he realized that I was going to leave it on. But Dappur leaving the replay on there, wanting to show Squishy the replay of himself flopping past the ball. Squishy's kickoff continues to be the best in this tournament, in my opinion. And his ground shots also looking dangerous. I can't take away from, or I can't, credit Squishy too little for how well he's setting up his ground shots. He's doing a great job of setting up ground shots and also setting up double touches for himself off the backboard. Dappur knew once he popped that the danger was there, but he would have had to pre-jump much sooner to beat Squishy to that ball. Oh my goodness, Squishy took it pretty early, making it look very easy, but I don't doubt that we'll see a lot more of those from Squishy as we progress here. Solid challenge by Squishy once again, and he's up once again. Dappur is also up, but he's pre-jumped a little bit too far, going for the bump, and unfortunately Squishy has gone slow. Lethamir says they literally can't, they don't have ownership of the center until 8:30 EST. They don't know what to do. Well, really quickly, guys, sorry for neglecting the game, but I need to sort this out so we know what to do tomorrow. I'll ask Lethamir is available at 12 EST tomorrow, because I could stream the grand finals at exactly 12 EST tomorrow. Lethamir has to go today, but I can stream the grand finals at 12 EST. That's 9 in the morning Dappur's time and 5 in the afternoon my time. And we'll have to start pretty sharpish, so it'll be like, online, stream, offline. That kind of stream. Or I might stream a little bit before that, but the grand finals look like they might have to be tomorrow because Lethamir is getting kicked. He's getting literally kicked out of the center that he's playing from. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But I've offered him the opportunity to play it tomorrow. If he can't, then we're probably just going to give Garrett the buy-in. Garrett can play the final. Happy birthday to Garrett. Oh, what a 50-50 by Squishy. Fading away from the ball just to make sure that Dappur got the first set. Look at that. Squishy slowing down just to make sure that he would block Dappur's attempted clear. And Squishy is looking just as dominant against Dappur as he did against Luchino. Okay. Final update. Lethamir says that they will know, or he'll know if that is possible to play the final tomorrow at that time before the end of this series. So I'll be able to tell all of you guys before we're done here what our plan is for the rest of the tournament. Don't worry. We will have a plan. It's not going to be at a terrible time for everybody, regardless. Oh, beautiful air dribble. Once again, Squishy finding the perfect amount of touches to take the ball over to his opponent and just underneath the crossbar. Dappur was saving himself in the chat, but in all honesty, these are difficult shots to save. Lethamir saying he sincerely apologizes to all the viewers. Thanks you for all being patient. Don't worry about it, Lethamir. There's not much you can do about it. It's a situation that's well outside your control. Not a surprise to see Squishy up for this, and not a surprise to see him scoring. Oh my word. Dappur has to do something to stop the aerial superiority that is being on show right now. Squishy is just nailing shots at will from high above the net. Confidence like he's got 2 or 3 opponents backing him up. No opponents, teammates. This is the best aerial display we've seen in the tournament by far. A tournament which contains the likes of JNaps and Garrett G. 2 aerial beasts in a team environment. Oh my goodness, the control by Squishy, just playing keep away right now. Literally walks the ball in a circle, but Dappur's managed to shake him up and beat him up on the wall, and he will get a second goal to his name. The one other aspect that Squishy has looked like the favorite is the kickoff. He was able to beat Lachinio the majority of the time in their matchup earlier. And he's doing a pretty good job against Dappur right now. There, Dappur did get the first touch. And that proved to be useful, but he's missed on his hook shot. Dappur definitely not in his comfort zone right now. Definitely not feeling confident. Because missing hook shots is not something we're used to saying when we're watching Dappur play. And there should be another goal for Squishy. A little less flashy. Oh, never mind. Horrendous miss is actually what it is. But yeah, maybe he just doesn't want to score goals unless they look really good. That's what all of you Squishy Muffins fans will want me to say. All you Squishy Muffins fans who are saying that he could have easily beaten Karma in the ceiling shot only 1v1. There we go. Dappur finally looking like the offensive mastermind that we're used to seeing. Correctly predicting Squishy's rush. Popping it well in advance of Squishy's arrival. The other good thing about Dappur's pop there was that he did it from such a low position that his car was never really in danger of getting bumped by Squishy. Oh, but this drop by Dappur is making it difficult, but he's managed to put it in regardless. If Dappur meant to do this all the way, then I apologize for underestimating him, but it looked like he didn't mean this because that drop on the ball meant that bumping or demoing Squishy was the only way that he could score, but doesn't matter, he's done it. And he's completely annihilated the most aggressive player in the tournament so far. Dappur chooses to go goal side. He's one step ahead of Squishy here. Squishy expected Dappur to go to the side boost and tried to steal Dappur's boost in the corner, but that was not what Dappur was doing. Dappur did miss the open net run in though. Was not fast enough to capitalize on Squishy being out of position, and now Squishy doing what we know he is very capable of doing. He is wasting time. He's letting the clock play for him, and Dappur, in an attempt to stop him from doing that, has conceded another goal. But what can you do if you're Dappur in this position? Squishy needs to be stopped, and barring a challenge, we all know that he's going to keep that ball in the corner until the clock hits 0. Game 1 will go to the Muffin Man. He's looking for a double touch own goal to celebrate his victory, but that will stay out of his reach. Great start though for Squishy. A confident start on one of the players who has been most plagued by lack of confidence in his professional Rocket League career up until now. Alright. Another update. Lethamir says 12 p.m. EST works, so for all of you guys watching live, Grand Finals will be played right here at 12 p.m. EST, or EDT, whatever you call it. 12 p.m. East Coast time tomorrow. And that is 9 p.m. West Coast USA, 5 p.m. British summertime, 6 p.m. Central European summertime. That's when we're going to play the Grand Finals. Lethamir, just to explain again, he's playing from a convention center, and they're just closing the center for the night, and he can't stay. Even the admin was willing to stay with him and, you know, oversee the equipment, but they're literally not allowed to because they don't own the convention center. They haven't rented it that long. So unfortunately we can't finish it today, but it will be on tomorrow, and then of course it will be on YouTube about a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks later. But for now, we have got at least another 2 games to look forward to. We've got default camera settings Dappur. That glitch still somehow remains in the game. I don't know how this still exists months and almost probably a year after we first realized it was a thing. But default camera glitch or not, Dappur is going to tie the game. I'm sure most of you guys would love to see a Game 5 now, knowing that we don't have any more Rocket League to enjoy after this match is over for tonight. Why was he even invited to play? Because we thought he could play the whole thing. It's with these sort of events, I do sympathize with Lethamir's situation. You don't often know. Oh, Squishy nearly with a sick own goal by accident. Yeah, you don't often know until you arrive what the situation is going to be with your setup, because they don't sometimes tell you. Like, it happens, you know. Either way, that is the situation. That is how we're going to deal with it, and that is the last thing I'll say about it till the end of this series, okay? Because this series, albeit tied up at the moment, I'm sure it's going to explode into a blaze of glory any minute now. Dappur adjusting into what looked like an attempted aerial bump there onto Squishy, who has done a ridiculously good shot. Default camera settings, Dappur does get it saved. Just in case anybody is unaware, this default camera glitch is only a spectator thing. Dappur does have his own camera settings in-game. Couple of backflips from Squishy to reposition. Squishy did not take the back left boost here. Dappur saw that, and he's trying to put the ball over Squishy's head to make Squishy use whatever boost he did have. Squishy manages to escape that fate because Dappur just mishit his shot completely. But a bit of an overstay by Squishy. This is dangerous. Dappur picking up 12 boost, but it wasn't enough to fire a fast shot towards the net of the Muffin Man. Oh, Dappur with another chance, and his slow approach is going to work. Cheeky little maneuver by Dappur to move in here. Squishy did not expect Dappur to just continue driving forward. Stay on Squishy? Yeah, I probably will for the most of the majority of this game. I'll try and stay on Squishy except when Dappur's moving quickly, because when Dappur's moving quickly, default camera settings are watchable. But right now, yeah, Dappur's got the default camera glitch. I can't remember how to fix it, because it doesn't happen that often anymore. I forgot. Somebody told me how to fix it, but yeah, it doesn't happen that often. So I always forget. Apologies for my lack of ability to deal with this glitch. But as it stands, Dappur looking like the favorite to take game 2. A much more controlled game from him. Squishy has come out on top of this little boost battle and tussle in the corner, and he will be rewarded with a easy finish. Squishy just trying to both avoid Dappur as well as put the ball on net there. Move your mic back to your mouth. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah, you got. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for telling me that I beat the mic, but I fixed it. Don't worry about it. It's a bit of a weird mic while we watch a kickoff goal. Like, if I put it here, it's physically in front of my mouth rather than a bit underneath, but this is the position that apparently it's the loudest and most clear in. So I have to put it like under my mouth. I think it's due to the way that the mouthpiece is angled inside of the pop filter, which I can't actually see. I can't see because it's a circular mic. So it's hard to tell just by feeling which way it's supposed to be oriented. I have to just listen to the volume. Luckily, I do have live playback of my own voice in my ears, so it's not too hard. Back and forth play has resulted in another nail of a Squishy grind shot. Squishy certainly an accomplished boomer of the ball, but Dappur is holding his ground pretty strong right now. Dappur wanting Squishy to go up for these aerials in defense. What Dappur's trying to do here is get Squishy to waste his boost so that he will have an easier time scoring into his opponent here. We do see Squishy continuing to trust his ground shots to be able to beat Dappur, but there we go, a cut in field, beautifully done. Squishy is back within 1. Able to find an adequate angle to take this past Dappur with a cheeky little power slide, barely getting it past the Dapp. The throw was leaning out as far as possible out the window, and it still was unable to make contact. No, Dappur, I don't expect we'll go for wall shots here. Both these players do prefer to set up ground shots from that position. Oh, Dappur not rebounding once, but twice. Squishy was beaten if that had been on target. Squishy expected 1 rebound, but not 2. But a successful low challenge will be the tie game. Look at the strength of Squishy Muffins in this challenge. Dappur did not get a horrendous hitbox, but Squishy's was 10 times better. And he's forced the tie game from a game where Dappur has looked in control. Credit to Squishy, he did not change his playstyle. He trusted himself, he trusted his game plan. Oh well. Maybe trusting his maybe trusting his line of approach a little bit too much here, as this was a very, very aggressive line, especially given the fact that the boost was not there in that corner to be taken. And he did not at any point dodge to challenge. It's a well-known fact that dodging or double jumping, or even jumping at all into challenges in your opposition corner so close to the wall can be risky in 1v1, but if Dappur is going to opt into the 50-50, Squishy kind of just has to accept that fate and go for it, or else he makes his position utterly useless. Dappur should have the game under his control here. He's playing keep away to the best of his ability. Has to concede possession to a Squishy Muffins who has missed the back boost. This is very bad news for Squishy. He should have had 100 boosts at this point, but he doesn't, and he can't convert that into a shot on net. We are all tied up here at 1 game each. Let me just inform these players of the Lethamyr situation. Okay. So it's going to be 12 p.m. EST tomorrow for the final. They aren't going to be happy. Well, that's just too bad. Things happen, and we have to adapt. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Not default camera to Dappur. We can finally enjoy watching both players yet again. Excuse me, it seems I've got like a really bad hay fever all of a sudden. This is something I have to put up with every summer. It's not fun. Extremely all in by Dappur on his first attack of the game, but Squishy has missed really badly. That's going to even roll up. And he tries to put in the point blank range off and on shot. Dappur calling Squishy's bluff there. The fake challenge from point blank range, but Dappur holds his nerve and then misses the open net. Both players missing one open net each in the first 30 seconds of gameplay. But Dappur is equal to Squishy's follow-up ground shot. Both players feeling the nerves, it would seem, as what started a best of 5 has now become a best of 3. This time Dappur does stay low enough on the challenge to prevent Squishy from going underneath him. Oh, beautifully done, sorry. Dappur cleanly popping the ball over Squishy with a backflip. And despite Squishy Muffins continuing to look pretty good on face-offs, Dappur stands the favorite. Squishy's shots are not finding the back of the net with as much consistency as they did in his match against Lachinio. He's trying now to find close range, and that will serve him better. That will serve him better. Guys, I'm going to have to like run AFK for 5 seconds. Excuse me. I'll be back in 5 seconds. Apparently someone's at my door. This is the most professional tournament of all time. I guarantee it. Are neighbors seriously knocking on my door at 1:41 in the morning? Well, I mean, I guess they're probably asking, is he seriously making this much noise at 1:41 in the morning? I told them I'm only going to be live streaming for another like 20 minutes maximum, and they're like, oh, he's like, all right. Typical living room stream. I'm not in my soundproofed room. Well, my room where I usually stream from is better. It like dodges the architecture of other people's houses, I guess. It's like an outcrop of the building. It's a bit of a weird building I'm in, where the room that I usually stream from is like an outcrop on the ground floor. Okay, well, at least we're going to be back at a tie game situation, so nothing really changed. I haven't even lied. Well, no, I'm lighter to them. And also, like, this wall behind me is, like, someone else's. They might have a... I don't really know. They might have a bedroom there. It's probably a living room, honestly. Yeah, I guess they can hear something. But I heard it. I heard the knock, and I was like... No, I heard the bell, and I was like, what? Really? Because I got sound-canceling headphones, but I heard it. I was like, nah. That can't have been... Oh, my word, what a save. That's disgusting by Dappur. Anyway, I thought, no way. And then I listened again. I was like, yep. And he's going to keep bringing it, so I better go. Swat them. Yes, I should swat them. Well, unfortunately, despite Dappur's very impressive goalkeeping on the first shot, Squishy was able to follow up with a goal. You want their number? No. Guys, I knew I was only gonna have to go away for a couple seconds. So I just left you in the good hands of Squishy and Dappur. Or I can't remember. I think I left the camera on Squishy, so it was all on him to not ruin your spectator experience. And I'm pretty sure he would have done a good job. It's hard to spectate badly as a player in 1v1s. You need to pay attention to what the ball is doing at all times. But we seem to be completely tied up here. Squishy is sticking to his guns for the most part, looking for only low challenges and the occasional ground shot. And by occasional, I mean pretty frequent compared to other players in America. There it is again. He would have gone for a ground shot had Dappur not closed the distance, and then when Dappur does close the distance, Squishy immediately adapts into a low 50-50. Okay, what on earth happened to Squishy Muffins here? This was uncharacteristic of him to just completely miss the ball. Oh dear, Squishy Muffins fast aerialing just off muscle memory in a situation where you did not need that much height. And he's not going to get punished by 1 but 2 goals, as Dappur is starting to turn the tide in the face-offs. This was something that Squishy had going in his favor earlier in the series. If he wasn't getting kick-off goals, he was certainly getting kick-off possession a lot. And he will take 1 more, but Dappur has the boost advantage, so that was pretty much Dappur's decision to concede the possession of the ball to a low boost Squishy Muffins. And can Dappur get this in? Yes, he can. Even despite Squishy's best efforts, Dappur able to generate just enough pace on the ball to put it into the net. The first touch wasn't ideal by Dappur, popping it pretty slowly, but he recovered majestically as always. Dappur looking really good on face-offs, so it has to be said. Squishy has to change something, because what was working for him earlier is now really not working at all. It really is not working at all for Squishy's face-off at the moment. Oh, well played. Dappur spots the incoming Muffin Man, puts it past him. Unfortunately for him, he can't find the open net, but he's got plenty of boost to his name. That was pretty ballsy of Squishy to call Dappur's bluff on the fake challenge. But this challenge that followed was nothing fake about it. Has Dappur really forced Squishy to score an own goal there? That was a weird interaction. I think that would have been an own goal if it had found the back of the net. Oh, Dappur accidentally popping it clear. This could be huge. Squishy has still got a chance in a game that should be 4 goals separated. And oh, he just misses what looked like an extremely, extremely close effort. Dappur was close to saving it, but he won't have to. Dappur takes game 3 and 1 game away now from the final is the Fro. And remember that this is his 2nd win in a row. Squishy did take the first game in pretty comfortable fashion, but Dappur fought back in a close game 2 and managed to keep a dangerous Squishy Muffin Man at bay. Let me just minimize my OBS. I just realized I had it open. Dappur's doing such a good job to do. Continually pop the ball over Squishy right now, but Squishy will get a goal from superior boost management. For anybody who watched both the Lachinio versus Squishy series earlier and also this series that is currently before you, pay attention to how much better Dappur is doing with low boost than Lachinio did. That is certainly the biggest difference between those two players for me. But there we go, Squishy back in his winning ways on face-off. Dappur almost hoping against all hope that Squishy would miss that open net. And it was never really going to happen from that range. Game 5 beckons. The third Game 5 it would be of this tournament. We've had 3 3-0s and now 2 3-2s, and we're sitting at 2-1, so we stand to at least get a new scoreline, or the third 5-game series. Squishy knew that entire time that Dappur was looking for the backflip pop. Dappur showed pretty early that he was looking to put the ball in the front of his car, or the back of his car, sorry, and backflip to reposition it. Awkward for Dappur here, but he's never afraid to dribble the ball in front of his own net. A decent long shot by Dappur. This is not easy for Squishy to get a good clear. And his clear is passable, but doesn't really get the ball to safety, and Dappur will score. The third time of asking. Dappur showing us why you don't always need to shoot the ball on target the first time. One pop high over the crossbar does bring Squishy off his goal line. And of course Squishy's position was a lot more precarious than Dappur, who was surveying everything that was happening in front of him. And now Squishy's going to do it to Dappur. We saw consistent rebounds earlier in the series. This time Dappur is his equal. Dappur looking a lot more ready for both the physical side of Squishy's game that he has been showing us all day. Oh, wow. Squishy, how did he even predict that Dappur was going to change angle twice there? Dappur with a hard cut and then a backflip pop to cut the other direction. But the speed of Dappur is just too much. And Dappur said it earlier, all the fast players were on one side of the bracket. Well, there he is showing off why he considers himself one of the fastest players. 2-2. Dappur scoring both the last goal and the one prior, and he's muscled Squishy out of the position once again. Squishy with a jump over to Demo, but he has to play the ball or else Dappur is going to turn and score. Squishy is in a really rough position here. He wants to play the ball and dodge Dappur, but he can't do both. Really nice line of play by Dappur, taking Squishy out of the game. Whoa, okay, hold on a second. This was a pretty sick shot by Squishy. On the volley this time, notice the difference. Usually he's been going for half volleys, and Dappur knows that. So Squishy this time, choosing to pop the ball in front of him and volley it before the bounce, but with just as much success as his half volleys. And now he's adapting once more. Low 50-50, his offensive move of choice. Dappur is not falling for this as much as he did earlier in the series, though. He seems to have downloaded that move. An uncharacteristically weak flick from Dappur, but doesn't get punished too hard. Squishy almost beat the clear. Oh, good dodge by Dappur. He might just take a long shot here. No boost to really follow up with, but he's got time, and he will use that time to find the back of the net, and he's got his lead once again. Dappur continues to look like the favorite here in a series where Squishy started off all guns blazing. And I'm sure after Squishy demolished Lachinio earlier in the day, a lot of you guys would have expected that same man to go on and win this entire tournament. But now Dappur has to try and get over the final hurdle. He has 2 minutes remaining versus one of the most aggressive players in North America. One Canadian already waits in the final. Will we have another going to meet him? Or will Dappur represent USA, and more specifically California? An awkward delayed wall shot from Squishy there. He still had his flip a long time after jumping. An awkward half flip, but Squishy barely contorts his guard to keep the ball out of the net. He's still got a lot of work to do. Holds on to his dodge to keep the ball out of his net once more. Impressive acrobatics from Squishy Muffins. Not to concede My goodness, he gets a bit fortunate to still have the ball under his control here. Dappur is saving everything though. Dappur will surely be rewarded. No, he misses the boost. He just flew over it. And that means that Squishy will tie the game. This is a game of millimeters. Dappur just too high on collecting that boost, which would have saved him here. And Squishy just powers the ball over the line. Dappur, notice, did dodge early to make up for the fact that he didn't have enough boost to reach the place he needed to be in time. But this is so close now. Dappur is off the ball and he's made an early challenge and he's beaten. Squishy is in the lead. Just like that. Dappur, fake challenge, straight away turns around, but he's not boosting. Oh, Dappur, he could have gone faster there. No doubt about it. And will we see a Game 5? Squishy wants the All-Canada Grand Finals, and he might get it if he keeps playing like this. Suddenly, Dappur's defense, which has looked so solid in the past 2.5 games, has fallen to pieces. Still 42 seconds on the clock. Dappur has to stabilize the ship. He has to stop the leaks, because right now there are goals slipping in to his net from all kinds of angles. On Squishy with a mind game now. I'm sure he's just going to time waste. Squishy knows that Dappur is a dangerous opponent. He doesn't want to give him a goal, but he's walked right into the line of fire. And barring an immaculate respawn on top of the ball, that was always going to be an open net finish for Dappur. Oh, wow. Squishy did not think Dappur was going to go for the demo there. 1 goal the difference. Kickoff incoming. Squishy does come out on top. And he's looking to time waste in the corner. We've all seen this before. He's taking it over the top of his own goal. This can be risky if Dappur can put a foot in early. But Squishy has done well. He's made this very difficult for Dappur. The ball is firmly in Dappur's half, and now Dappur has to do the impossible. He has to keep it up, all the while out of boost, and he can't do it. He drops it, barely, but drops it nonetheless. And we are going to Game 5. Squishy says he hates ones. Don't we all, Squishy? Don't we all? And he says it's so stressful. Well, young man, it's about to get even more stressful, because that was Game 4. And now we're going to Game 5 of a best of 5. The winner will move on to play against Lethamyr tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Europe or Eastern American time. Squishy says, my head hurts and I'm trash. Well, best of luck to both these players. They put on a great show. A series which has been completely dominated by demos and bumps, much like a lot of Squishy Muffins 1v1s do. Such an aggressive player, such a physical player. I would love to see a matchup against K-Dop, because I know that K-Dop loves that style of play as well. As Dappur now chases Squishy up the wall. Dappur will be feeling scammed that he didn't get at least a solid bump on Squishy there, as he did look to be going pretty fast. A timid start to Game 5. A game which I'm sure is ready to explode, but Dappur with the first chance misses his aerial completely. That is a huge miss by Dappur. And Squishy will not believe his luck that Dappur has missed a shot which was wide open, and a shot which he had all the time in the world to choose how he wanted to score. The nerves are clearly getting to these players. And Dappur will have one more chance. He chooses to take the Squishy route and try and go underneath. The Squishy, the master of the low 50-50. He's seen that before. He hasn't seen Dappur coming into his own corner again. Is Squishy really getting this out-muscled? After completely bodying and literally demolishing Lachinio in their earlier series, Dappur has now just set his eyes on Squishy Muffins and he says, I'm just gonna kill you and then score into your open net. What are you gonna do about that? For now, Squishy doesn't really have an answer. Pretty weird interaction there, but Squishy will recover. Dappur now playing keep away. He's using all of Squishy's own tricks against him, is Dappur. Looking for more demos, but he's got to defend his net. Squishy too early to the shot. An adept at air rolling as always. Perfect dodge to get into position there for Squishy. No wasted time. No wasted momentum. That's a great pop by Dappur. He's got lots of options here, but he's taking too long to decide what to do. Squishy Muffins has moved in and taken control of the situation. And as Squishy holds all the cards, Dappur steps forward. Dappur has done a great job this series, mixing up his defensive strategy. I think I would go as far as to say that Dappur has Squishy in terms of goalkeeping. But Squishy certainly has Dappur when it comes to ground shots. And that is why these guys match up against each other so well, because we see Squishy shooting the ball just as well as anyone else in the world from the ground. And then Dappur saving it just as well as anyone else, except maybe Cuxer. Oh my word, not even Dappur can keep that one out. Dappur's a great pass as Squishy's shot rifles towards the top corner. Dappur would have got credited with an epic save there, but after the fact accidentally own goals it. Either way, Squishy would have been around to pick up the spoils. Squishy's got to be afraid of a Dappur shot here, but look at the difference. Dappur's shot's looking pretty tame compared to the Muffin Man. But the wall shot is good. Oh, it might have caught the inside of the post there and gone further wide than it had it not. Squishy steps forward, making an aggressive challenge of his own. What a difference one goal can make. And Squishy went from being 2 goals down in the previous game to 2 goals up just by scoring 1 goal and bringing kickoffs back into the equation. The volatility of a kickoff can really change everything in a 1v1. Lots of goals always favoring the player who is behind. Right now, Dappur will be looking for fast-paced play, lots of turnovers, lots of chances, lots of shots. He does not want to let Squishy settle into that time-wasting and comfortable position that he often finds himself in. But Squishy right now isn't wasting any time, looking for a clean out play, and he finds it. And Dappur with the yup in the chat, probably thinking that he's throwing this series away. Just under 2 minutes remain though, and it looks like it'll be a 1 goal game yet again. Oh, barely underneath the crossbar. Dappur did not need to be that close to the crossbar on that shot, but he still was. 1 goal the difference yet again. 1 minute and 40 remain. We're certainly going to see multiple chances for Dappur with how this game is going. Again, looking for the fast track infield. Ground shot is looming. Chooses to throw in a backflip just so after the fact he can continue to look for Squishy, but Squishy has done quite well to evade danger and threaten a shot of his own. Dappur again. Fires from distance, and this time he is successful. Dappur dropping a bunch of no's in the chat. He knows the Squishy should be saving this one. Oh, but Squishy was low on boost. Squishy did not manage his boost on his way back to net. He did not path over the small boost pads, and he found himself there with not enough boost to spare. We're all tied up once again, just over a minute to go. And Dappur goes low! And he finds more success using Squishy's own weapon against him. Squishy looks in dismay as Dappur just waltzes the ball right underneath and into the back of the net. And 3 goals in the past 40 seconds, all in favor of the Pro, who is right back in control. Squishy shadows all the way back to net. Finally has the possession in his own control. Dappur is not giving him any space to set up a ground shot, but he doesn't need one. Squishy says, Dappur, you are not the only man in this lobby who can throw in a competent ground or flick from the ground. We're tied up yet again. Oh my goodness. 1 kickoff could seal this game in favor of 1 player. I would not be surprised to see Squishy go for I was going to say a double touch play, but he's completely beamed his shot. I put that all down to nerves, and now Dappur with a bump. Surely that is a goal. Squishy is going to be triggered after that one. He threw away a wonderful opportunity and gets punished by the most annoying type of goal as Dappur catches him hard, and now Dappur with a beautiful kickoff goal is 2 goals up with under 30 seconds remaining. That is a fantastic shot by Dappur. Unstoppable. Taking it as early as possible and as high as possible. And now barring Squishy Muffins playing the best that he's played all day, I do not think it possible, but Dappur is committed for the boost and he has failed to grab it. Squishy fires low, Dappur saves it. What a save by Dappur. That could be a save that secures his grand final spot. Squishy still needs 2 goals. How is he going to do it from this position? Can't even you think of a way? It looks like the answer is no. Dappur will move into the grand finals to play against his most feared opponent, Lethamyr, who already awaits him. But Dappur and Squishy both so stressed. Straight stressful, says Dappur. Both players so stressed, but the GGs are called. And even though they're both saying, even you never really have a lead, they say. That even though they feel like they have a lead, or they, visibly have a lead in the scoreboard, it doesn't feel like they do. All right. See you tomorrow.